Hello, Internet, and welcome to Neon Souls. Thanks for joining us this lovely Friday evening. We made it through the week, y'all. We are going to get started here with some more Fate swashbuckling adventures. We'll get to the swashbuckling soon enough, but first, let's talk about the other shows that we got going on the channel. So if you're watching this for the first time and you want to join us for other streams in the future, join us tomorrow for Saturday night's Mistborn. We're going to be playing the Mistborn RPG by Brandon Sanderson. I run that one too. It's also, or no, it's not Fate. It's the Mistborn RPG by Brandon Sanderson. Yeah, it's a lot of fun if you're not familiar with the novels. It is sort of dystopian fantasy. But yeah, come hang out with us tomorrow at 5 o'clock Eastern time for that. Otherwise, our schedule through the next week will mostly be normal up until the holiday on Thursday. So we'll have streams on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week. I believe on Monday we're going to be doing a special one shot. I'll let Savannah talk more about that. And then yeah, our regularly scheduled streams on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I don't remember if we're doing, if we're going to be here for Slang next Sunday, but we'll be off on those days. No, we're not. My producers are shaking their heads and telling me no. So yeah, we'll be dark for a few days around the holiday. So catch up on all our other videos. Head over to YouTube. Check out everything else that we've done in the past. But we'll be back in full force the week after that for some continuations, some premieres, lots of good stuff. So that is that's our current schedule. I'll go ahead and plug to our merch store. If you haven't seen it yet, we have a GGK merch store where you can buy stuff to support our channel. Stuff like t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, tank tops, all with really dumb shit that we've said on and off air. So any purchase there go to supporting us. So please do that. Make a great holiday gift, maybe. That is it. I'm gonna go and let my two players here introduce themselves. Unfortunately, Morgan and Sam are out of town today, so we're going with a light crew here, and we're gonna see how that pans out. So let's go introduce ourselves, talk about who you are, what you do on and off the channel, and who you're playing here tonight. Starting with Savannah.
Hello, I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets, mostly on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. I am here Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, either playing in games or running them. I run 2 games on this channel right now, one of them on Sunday afternoons. It's called Slaying 201. It is a continuation of the long-running Monster of the Week show that we have had on this channel for a long time. And we're getting into a little bit of an interlude, a little bit of a downtime before we do our next mystery. It's coming out this Sunday at 4. And on Mondays, I usually run a show called The Forgotten. It's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and we're playing Hoard of the Dragon Queen. But we're going to be missing half of our cast, so I bullied 2 of my friends to come play a one-shot with us. I guess I could say what we're doing.
You probably should.
It's so dumb.
It's amazing.
So we're doing a it's not a one-pager because I haven't condensed it down to 1 page yet, but on Monday we're playing a game that I wrote. It's called, you might recognize the name because these idiots came up with it on, I think, last Sunday. It's called Just Vamping, and it is a lasers and feelings hack where everybody plays one of the classic, well, some of them are classic, one of the popular vampire tropes. And there will probably be a Van Helsing in it, and it's going to be fun, but it's a game about vampires who have been left alone in their coven for the weekend and are probably going to throw a party and it's really silly. And I wrote it, and Val helped, and I'm really excited to play it. But Val and Sid are going to be there, as well as our wonderful friends Wally and Rachel of Rachel Elizabeth fame, who some of you know from our Game on LB Hackamups channel. So yeah, coming out with us Monday night. It's going to be something. I'm really excited about it, actually. But tonight, I am playing Choke, who is I always forget what I made her high concept. A mercenary with a conscience.
The only other person, Sid.
Oh yeah, it's me, because there's literally no one else playing this evening. Hi, I am Christina Sid. You can find me on the Twitters at Greek Sid, almost exclusively talking about the cool shenanigans I get up to here. Like Val said, we're a little timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly with, schedules right now, but after the American Thanksgiving holidays, starting on Thursday, December 2nd, I believe, we are going to do our Session 0 for our upcoming new season on Thursdays. We're continuing in the elegant tradition. We have decided to coin it Elegant Creatures. We are doing a quasi-hack of the new Urban Shadows 2E Quick Start, which you got a little taste of because Val was nice enough to run the miniseries of it. And but we're changing it up a little bit. We're adding some of our faves from Good Society, because we can't leave that shit alone, obviously. But yeah, we've got the whole regular elegant Thursday crew coming in for that, as well as our wonderful friend Wally will be joining us permanently. Yay! Very excited. We're going to do some Session 0 character building goodness, as well as some quiet year world building goodness, which we're all very excited about as well. Should be pretty great. But yeah, otherwise, I run shenanigans on Thursdays. I'm here Fridays, every other Saturday, Sundays, and Mondays. Woot! Tonight, I am playing Impulse. Impulse is the cunning fashionista negotiator.
And running this game, I am Val at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. You can find me here Thursdays through Mondays playing and running games. I'm no longer running 3 games a week. Like Sid said, wrapped up Red River Legends last night. If you missed the trilogy, go check it out. It'll be up on YouTube very soon. And you can see all the bullshit I did for 3 weeks as I stalled to give Sid some free time. But otherwise, I run 3 games total on this channel. 2 a week, 1 on Fridays, this one. And then on Saturdays, I run alternate games of Saturday Night's Star Power. We also play the Fate system in a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure / Jujutsu Kaisen anime bullshit inspired game. And then, like I said before, Saturday Night's Mistborn. Otherwise, I'm here for all sorts of other games, and yeah, that's it. So, something loves hoodies. Y'all ready to get started? Okay. Previously on Neon Souls, you had just successfully arranged a deal, buying your new friend Zen a pass with the local D1 sect of the Parsecs, or chapter of the Parsecs, I should say, by making a deal with Butch Savage, their leader, and a Parsec captain or lieutenant, essentially offering a slice of some sort of pirate treasure that you believed this triangular disc that Zen had stolen from your friend Dynamo might contain. You've done some investigating that. Zane was in the process of trying to duplicate it a couple of times, so you'd have some spares, and trying to figure out what it was. However, you decided to take the day in port while the ship was receiving some upgrades, the much needed habitat modules, in order to kind of get some time off. have some time to relax, spend some time with loved ones, and you did. Impulse and Alco got to spend some time decorating their room. Alco pulling in, finally getting the mattress that he so desperately needed. Clarity and Zane having a awkward sort of heart to heart, and making some plan, and just getting to reconnect after 6 months of not speaking to each other. She also spoke with her sister Ghost, who began to train Clarity in the ways of the blade. Nothing could possibly go wrong there. And Chance and Phoebus decided to go on a date, which was crashed by Clarity and Phoebus, or Zane. God, there's so many names, so many NPCs. I'm never gonna keep track. And the four of them went sort of thrift shopping for exotic animals, while Impulse went into town to restock the ship's liquor cabinets, and also talk to some pirates and maybe get some more information on the Pirate King Thatch and the Davy Drive. While shopping around, the foursome met Dr. Madam Deirdre, MD, my new favorite NPC in the season, who sold them a horse monkey octopus to Chance, and then some replicating tarantula spiders to Clarity to feed to her cat. I wrote down Malcolmoids somewhere. I don't remember what I was referring to when I wrote that down and what I was naming a Malcolmoid.
You were calling the
The
tarantula
spiders?
mice,
Okay.
because they didn't stop to think whether they should. They just did it. Hence
Yeah.
Malcolmoids.
Yeah. Also for the fact that they were talking about limiting their breeding through genetic augmentations, and I said there was absolutely no way that would ever go wrong. So yeah, while all that happened, took up a large portion of our show last week. Impulse met a barfly pirate named Blue. Had a rather nice conversation. Shared some drinks. Learned a little bit about pirates, about Thatch, and also learned about a potential location of a pirate storehouse, the sort of haunting grounds, the base of operations for Thatch and his crew when they were essentially lording over reclamation back in their heyday, was an asteroid that had been pulled in by the Magnetara. A smaller one, offset from the original main Magnetara sort of satellite fragment where they built their church. And though it was now sort of abandoned and not many people know about the location, the Magnetara have taken up that asteroid as a sort of pilgrimage site, a holy ground, some sort of other secondary temple located there. With all of that knowledge, Impulse left at the same time as the others, though not together, and all five of you witnessed above the market square in the center of D1 in this trade bazaar, a massive holographic projection displayed above the vendor stalls as a sort of promotional recording played, a recruitment drive for the Magnetara was given by the leader of the Magnetara, the prophet Apollo Rising. And that is where we ended last week. So given that the four people that were buying all the genetically augmented animals are not here today, I think I want to hop back to Choke, assuming Impulse is heading back to the ship. Because Choke, you're the one person that last week we didn't get to see what Choke's room looks like.
Boy, I wish someone had prepared me for this.
You had 2 weeks.
You didn't tell me it was assigned.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
No, I don't think so.
Do you need time?
No, it's fine. I just wish I had remembered and hadn't been on drugs for an entire week.
Improv. Go.
I don't like improv. You know this.
By the way, Ghost already has the minimalistic training dojo set up, so just in case.
Well, see, that's not fair though, because it's not my fault. I had to miss last week, and she got to go before me.
It doesn't mean you can't also have
Just be
the
copying
dojo.
her.
You know.
No, I mean, Choke doesn't have a lot of personal effects. She mostly has like a very large bed, sort of shoved up in one corner. I think most of the room is going to be taken up with her like weight sets and stuff. And then I think she's got on the walls, just like tacked up, has like old like promotional posters and stuff from her pit fights. Trying to think if there'd be anything else in there. And like a weapons cabinet where she keeps all of her like guns and like the chain, and then like a separate section because she's got to have all of her like cleaning equipment and stuff. So
Okay.
and a mannequin in the corner for the power armor that she had for a while and never wore. Or like once.
That's fair. Did Choke, am I remembering or am I conflating this with a different game? That Choke was at one point into like old video game systems, or am I? Nope.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Was that Choke? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was remembering from.
It was a thing first season.
Because she and Clarity, they bonded with video games. for
That was a
while.
long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a thing. So she probably has some stuff like that too, but
Okay.
like high up on shelves, never gets touched because they're always busy.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. So Choke has been settling in. Is there anything that Choke wanted to get up to during this time off? Anything she was working on? Anyone she wanted to talk to?
I mean, I think she's mostly been keeping to herself
Okay.
because she's not good at the talking thing or initiating conversations. She will talk to people if they seek her out, but I think she's mostly been on her own.
Okay. Do I want to do going through my list of NPCs here? Okay. There's a knock at a Choke's door.
Woman.
It slides open, and stepping in, you see Francis. He has, yeah, we all forgot Francis was here. I'm
He's
making sure we
here.
remember.
I
He
couldn't
is-
decide whether it'd be worse if Swin came in or if Yule came in, but you actually made it the worst possible person to be knocking
Or
at
the
the door.
best. Or the best. Yeah, I feel like either one of them would have been too predictable. No, Francis comes in. He is... I think he has managed to restock his wardrobe with as close as he can to the finery that he was wearing previously. Is steadily rebuilding, and you see him wearing those same suits a lot. Right now he's wearing like some pressed like white like slim fitting slacks with a black belt and a black sort of button up shirt, high collar that is buttoned at the top. with some shiny cufflinks, and strides in, looks around, says, "Well, when are you planning on moving in?"
Why are you always so rude?
"I don't know, just a talent of mine, I suppose." He very casually like moves, just like comes into the room and starts like touching things and kind of very making full use of the space
Please don't touch that.
as he's like beginning to poke at one of the guns that
Do
is hanging on the
not
weapons rack.
touch that.
Sorry,
They're
keep
always
my hands
loaded.
to myself. That seems like a safety hazard. Aren't you not supposed to do that?
But generally, in your home, when your home is not a traveling bucket of bolts that is always under fire by pirates and robots and generally most corporations, yes.
Fair. All right. I won't touch. Hands in his pockets. Looks over, like moves across the room to where like the weight bench is, and he says, "Can I sit at least?"
Sure.
Sits down. Grimaces because of the hard surface, but makes the best use as he crosses his legs. "How are you, Choke?"
Fine.
"Just fine."
I guess. Why?
"Well, I don't know. We haven't talked much recently, and I so enjoy our long conversations."
We don't talk.
"Oh, right. I must have been confusing you with somebody else. No, we've hardly spoken. You've hardly spoken to just about anyone on the ship lately."
I don't talk much.
"Right. But I've been around long enough to at least identify the people you do talk with, and I've noticed a severe lack of talking with them."
And?
"And I'm curious why." Sort of crosses his hands over his knees as he looks expectingly at you.
Busy.
"Busy." "Is that really the best you can do?"
Right now, it's the best I want to do.
"Well, how about I just give you some free advice then?"
Don't think I could stop you even if I wanted to.
"Unfortunately, you all invited me to come on this little excursion, so no, I suppose not." Well, speaking on behalf of myself and several other members of the crew, the situation between you, Yule, and Swin is uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. I would have said that the situation with Clarity and Zane was the most uncomfortable thing on the ship, but there was something delightfully endearing about the way they refused to speak to each other for 6 months. No, what's going on between the three of you is more... well, it's more like a rock stuck in your shoe. It's just always there and sort of nagging at you.
Oh, trust me, I know exactly what that's like.
Well, good. So you can understand when I say that something has to be done about it. And I don't honestly care the way that any of it goes. I don't really have a space horse in that race, as you might say. But yes, there are now space horses. But I am concerned that if nothing comes of it and there are no developments made, that it may grow messy, much like space horse racing.
It's already pretty messy.
Well, perhaps I could help you to unmessy it.
Okay. I'll bite. Hi.
Well, I think the root of the problem here is that none of you are currently admitting to each other what it is that you want. Or who, in this case. And unless cards are laid out on the table, it's impossible to know where you stand. And all three of you seem far too stubborn to talk to each other about it. So, I'll do it for you. Or I can tell you how to do it. I can walk into Yule and...
I told you
I was-
not to touch anything.
Sorry, I gesture too hard sometimes. I'll pay for that, I promise. I can walk into Yule and Yule's room and say, "Hello, Yule. So, are you planning on sleeping with Choke again anytime soon?" And then I can walk into Swin's room and do the same and see where things go.
That sounds terrible.
Right, it does. So, how about I talk you through it instead?
Fine.
All right. So, here's what I suggest. And I want to sort of pan away from that scene because I don't actually want Francis to necessarily tell you, Savannah, what to do in this situation. I kind of want Savannah to decide how that conversation went and what Choke took out of it. Is that fair?
Okay.
All right. That is essentially what happened over the course of the afternoon that everybody else was out shopping. At which point, Impulse, you return. Bottles of liquor clinking in a bag that you're carrying at your side.
Oh, no. She got a full case of Francia. So either she, like, paid somebody to, like, cart it back or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is what it is. Instead, there's a little magnetized levitating platform behind you with a small little droid pushing it
Yes.
along, right up in the ramp into the cargo, into the cargo hold, and then it kind of the sort of lifts or slides itself out and shuttles back down, and the little droid kind of like
It's
beep,
a
boop, beep, boop,
forklift
beep.
droid.
Yeah, and it stops at your feet, and it kind of beep boop beep boop beep.
Good job. Do I tip you? Is this a thing? I don't know.
Beep boop.
Oh, like, where do you have like a keypad where I can program in cred? I don't. Sorry.
There's like a little terminal slides out with like a scanner on it.
Oh, I was joking. Okay, great. Okay. 20% seems okay. Tips 20% to the droid. Because you don't do a penny less, y'all. Tip 20% to your service staff. I don't care if they're a droid or not. At least, just bare minimum, 20%. There you go.
And it goes right, and then it goes sliding or gliding away.
Bye. Just busts open the case, grabs 2 bottles of wine. No, 2 boxes of wine. What am I talking about? It's Francia. They haven't changed much in these centuries. It's still boxed. I'm drinking. Anyone joining me?
Choke appears.
Oh, hey. Red, white, or pink?
What kind of wine does Chubb drink? Red.
Here you go. I'll take the pink for now.
I'll have you know you owe me.
More wine?
No, if you can get a piece of my sanity back, I'd like that. You all left me here alone all afternoon with Francis.
Oh. Oh no. Well, you just could hide in your room. Like, you don't have to interact.
Oh no. Does he know about personal space?
He came into your room. Oh no. No.
I think at this point, Francis comes walking in and says, "Oh, Franzia, thank heavens. It's about time we had a good drink
Smacks
around
his
here."
hand.
Huh! Whatever earth was that for?
You didn't ask.
I thought we shared things equally on this ship.
Where on earth did you get that idea?
May I please have a box?
Joke, may he have a box? You are the captain after all.
Fucking forgot about that. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Takes the box of the pink. And goes strolling out and says, "I'll speak with you both later, I'm sure."
What in the bloody hell was that about?
It's getting a bit cocky for my taste.
I'd say. What did he want to talk about?
Oh, one guess.
Your new hairstyle.
No.
He did not. You did not!
I did!
You son of... Alright, come on. Come on. Bring your box. Come on. Just ineffectually shoves Choke, because she can't push her anywhere. She's this big. Toward Impulse's room.
Okay.
What the fuck? Like, how dare he? Like, I'm the nosiest bitch in the galaxy, and I have not even, like, touched that.
Well, he seems to think that's part of the problem.
That I'm a nosy bitch?
No, no one said anything.
Well, it's because it's, like, your deal. So, like, you know, you take your time with
Apparently,
it.
I'm making things very awkward for everyone.
All three of you are just awkward. Like, it's a thing. It's kind of adorable, actually. Well, what? Was he just giving his opinion, or did he have a plan for you?
Oh no, he had a lot of ideas.
Pray tell, what did that entail?
I don't know, he's gone all relationship coach on me. Not that any of us really have a relationship to speak of at the moment.
Well, beside the point. Okay. It's been breached. Do you want a relationship with either or both of them?
Don't even know anymore.
So no.
It's not what I said.
If you don't know, then it's no.
They're two totally different things.
We are on a space freighter, okay? It is like squished to the max. So if you don't know for certain that you would like to share said space with someone or multiple someones, then the answer is no.
In the last like year or so, my life's been really weird. Like, weirder than the rest of it, and that's saying something for me, in particular.
Hmm.
I don't know.
And that's okay. That's valid. Like,
I just
it's a
don't
lot of
really
shit.
do this. Never really wanted a relationship in the first place.
I hear you. But I also hear like a major but coming.
But I mean, it is my fault.
You fucked up. It happens. They're also both still here and being super awkward. So, I mean, honestly, if they weren't being awkward, then I'd be a little concerned. What do you want?
I want to get in the fucking escape pod and go live on a moon by myself.
I mean, legit, we could arrange that if that's like seriously something you're aiming for.
I could all die.
Also very true. If what you mean by that is like metaphorically, you'd like some time to yourself, then great. Just keep doing your thing. But I mean, if you are feeling nostalgic or missing either or both of them, it's understandable.
Yeah, but they can't even be in the same room together.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That whole thing is a bit. I wouldn't say insurmountable because nothing's insurmountable. Believe me, I've surmounted a lot. It will just be complicated.
Yeah.
We live in the vacuum of space. There's no rush, doll.
I guess.
Pouty is not a look for you. Like, it's a look for me. It's not a look for you.
I'm not pouting.
You are pouting.
I'm brooding. It's different.
Mm.
I'm too tall to pout.
Is it though? No, I mean, you could totally pout. It's just like the vibe I'm getting.
I think this is mostly a Francis hangover.
Fair.
I don't know. He makes a good point, though.
Does he?
In some sense of the word. I don't know. I can't let it go on forever.
Forever and an extended period of time are two very different things.
I know, but you gotta know this isn't like my ideal situation.
Oh no, it fucking sucks. It's super awkward and just like reeks of. I digress. It's not ideal, but it's not forever, doll.
Yeah, I just kind of hate that it all relies on me to not be forever. One of them could say something.
You're absolutely right. And the fact that they haven't quite possibly means they're not ready either. So it's not entirely on you. Give yourself some slack, you know?
It's not really a thing I know how to do.
Slack?
Yeah.
Drink more and tell me this. Thinking back on the last 6 months, does anything come to mind that makes you think X or Y would have been so much better if Swin and or Yule had been there? And not just like physically there, like we can't avoid it. They're like all within 40 feet at all times. But, you know, there.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like we really do anything fun.
Then you're not doing it right. Am I right? Sorry. Understood.
No, I mean, I don't want him in danger.
They're fine. We're all fine. We're all little Scarlet fine. If you're not pining and nothing immediately comes to mind like, ugh, I am missing out, then tell Francis to go fuck himself. You'll take this at your own pace.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, okay.
Okay. I super support anything you decide. You know this.
Thanks.
Of course. I wonder if this pink would taste any better with like, maybe just like a dash of the red. Have you blended? Is that a thing?
No, I think the blended one's called blended.
Fair.
Also, isn't it supposed to be cold?
Not the red ones. They should be like lukewarm.
But the pink one.
Taste pink.
I don't know what that means.
I don't think anyone does. And that's why it's so fucking expensive. Is that a gun? Looks at some sort of random rifle on the wall.
Yes.
Is that it for this scene?
Oh yeah, just devolves into drunken
Bullshit.
ridiculousness, I'm sure.
All right. Is there anything that y'all want to get up to? Like, is Impulse gonna share anything she learned? Or do you guys want to get into more bullshit? What do you guys want to do?
Definitely download all the info that she got, along with the Apollo. Definitely hit home. So she will stress that.
You don't think it's like the same? There's no way, right?
did the projection, did the prophet look anything like the Apollo that they had dealt with in past?
No. Not
No.
physically, no.
No. It didn't look like him. But I mean, just think about it. Like, Apollo essentially ran a cult of hackers. I don't know, it
is weird.
yeah.
It's I don't know. I mean, I guess any asshole on a pirate trip is gonna
Compare himself to a god.
gravitate toward the same stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
So what exactly is it you're wanting to do by all that?
The magnet people
Mm-hmm.
apparently see this little chunk of asteroid as like a holy site or something.
Sure.
But according to a rather reliable, I liked her. Yeah. Rather reliable pirate source that I got along the way.
Another one. You
Look,
can't
they
just
knew
keep
their
picking
shit.
up pirates.
I'm not picking them up. They're like a wealth of information.
I know,
What?
you basically tried to adopt the last one.
Can you blame?
Yes, that's
Did
what
you
I'm doing. I'm
see
blaming you.
him? Just the leg and the. Anyway, we'll get into
Speaking
a
of
brainy
that, I need to
conversation
talk
later.
to Zane. Bite my arm.
You're gonna give me shit about loving Captain Beetle, and you're gonna literally emulate him. Just saying. He had things to teach.
I'm
That's
not
all I'm saying.
emulating him. If anything, I'm stealing his property.
Is that literally not what emulating is?
No, it's not. The whole idea behind emulating someone is sort of based in you liking them.
But you liked his leg enough to steal the idea.
I think his leg had some useful technology in it.
And so you're emulating it.
No, I'm trying to get Zane to steal it.
I legitimately don't see the difference.
I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But so,
I think it's a good place to start. I mean, it's either we run around the entire galaxy and beyond looking for 7 more random fucking radioactive pieces of junk, or we learn from our elders and we bypass the whole fucking thing and maybe just find it.
so what, you want to go over to the asteroid piece?
Maybe.
Listen, I don't know if you've spent much time around religious folk, but
No.
it's a very specific type of person that they'll deal with usually.
Specific how?
Specific, and they generally don't like people from outside of their little group. And depending on what they believe, people like us generally don't get along with people like them.
Well, they're open enough to like proselytize. So, I mean, they're looking for new membership at the very least.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're out there trying to brainwash people every day.
Which makes them ripe for infiltration, right?
That is really not at all what I meant.
Oh.
I mean, it's not wrong. I just hate it.
Oh. Well, if we want to go to this little asteroid chunk, we could either fly little scarlet over a militant cult's holy
Yeah, I'm
site.
just gonna stop you right there on that idea. I don't think-
Okay, yeah, no, fair. Wasn't my favorite either. Or we see whatever they're spouting and, I don't know, get invited.
Oh, I hate it. I really hate it.
Which one do you hate more?
I mean, I hate flying the ship over there more. We're still gonna have to get over there. It's
Yeah.
not exactly close. I might be able to handle that part.
The flying over or the infiltrating?
The flying over.
Oh.
Infiltrating's not really my strong suit.
Yeah, well. What are you thinking?
Well, I know some folks here. Group of sorts. They're into bikes, speeders, that kind of thing.
Oh.
So a small vehicle like that could probably get us over.
And no one would really bother with it. Fair.
And then if you want to talk to them, say, hey, we heard your preacher or whatever in the square. Want to see what you had to say. If it needs to go that way.
Or just completely bypass it and see what the hell they're hiding.
Also true.
I like this. Okay. Well, let's talk to your speedy friends.
Sure.
You don't look thrilled.
Oh, they're just not really the talking type.
Do we need to go punch your speedy friends?
Maybe. It'll be fine. You'll like them.
How so?
Well, you like me.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot like me.
Oh. Oh, yeah, sure. I love them.
Trying so hard to remember what I named this group, and I just can't, and I didn't write it down.
Orion's Wheels.
Yes.
Knew it was rad.
Fucking rad as hell.
I guess that's what we're doing.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Okay.
Like, like,
Choke. Where do you see Orion's Wheels? Like, what are their stomping grounds? Like, where do they race?
oh, that's a good
Do they race like in the
question.
dome? Do they race like in the asteroid?
There's a go-kart track in D1.
I think it's gotta be out on the...
like abandoned mine shafts or something.
I was gonna do Escape the Infinity, where it's
Beware
like...
my bloody Valentine!
Where it's
Sorry.
like in and around the mine shafts that aren't currently being used, which is probably hella illegal. But I think
Let's
it's
have
out. I think
fun.
it's definitely out on the asteroid, though.
Okay. Nothing is illegal in reclamation.
Hell
Everything.
yeah.
Some
Everything
things
is
are
legal
just
in reclamation.
you're just shot for some things versus talk sternly to.
That's really what I meant.
Yeah.
This is shot at sort of levels as opposed to stern talking.
This would be well, I think specifically if I can add a little bit of like flavor here is that maybe they race in the mine shafts, maybe the parsecs. These are like the parsecs have sort of taken ownership of the mines and stuff for production, like military things. And maybe it's something like mutual, like some of the mine shafts are owned by the Parsecs, some are owned by the Magnetera, and the Orion's wheels don't own any of them. They just like move between those mine shafts, doing their illegal, literally underground racing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you and Impulse are gonna head out. This is outside the dome. You do need like breathing
Pods?
apparatus.
Do we
What
call
did
them
we call
pods? Pods.
Pods.
Pods?
Personal oxygenating doodads.
Doodads.
Yeah.
Right.
I only remember because I named them.
We'll say you have them. And I'm imagining like Star Wars level where it's mostly something that just goes on your face. We're not really worried about like exposure to the vacuum of space or anything in my setting. It isn't really conducive to space swashbuckling.
Cool.
If you're all in like astronaut gear. So you grab your pods, suit up, I assume maybe arm yourselves just in case. And you reach the perimeter of D1 and step through the airlocks out onto the outside the dome for the first time on foot, and it is just this massive like expanse. I mean, you really get from inside the dome, everything is really distorted. Like you can't really see outside of it very well. Just some like a little bit of like darkness like creeping up towards the top of the dome, but all the like residual light from inside kind of blinds you to the darkness of space. But once you step out, you get the full view of like the sheer black expanse above you, just dusted with starlight. I don't know. I think you can vaguely make out some like nearby planets, like in the like far distance. You can make out Jupiter. I'm trying to think. I don't know how easily you'd be able to see it because I've never been on an asteroid. But I imagine you can see like you see the just far out like the sun almost. This orange dot in the distance. And as you are and in front of you is just this black sort of rusted surface of the Ceres asteroid that is stretching out in front of you. Choke leads you sort of around the dome where there's this old like mining outpost that is just outside, was never recommissioned or anything, and is derelict, rusted, decrepit. And there's a big like sign out front. It's like it says "Keep out" by order of the Parsecs, which you just duck under and head inside. And as you begin to walk down this tunnel, you begin to hear noise as sounds like this deep sort of thumping like rhythmic music in the distance. And I don't think I have music appropriate for street racing.
Whatever club music you had in the baked bean should work.
Yeah, gonna find that just real quick. I have some like EDM. No, that's not what I want. That's way too
Peppy.
Yes. Hold, please. I need the right music for this scene. Let's go. I got some techno. Okay, yeah, you hear
I like
this techno beat.
They're party
as
people.
Mm-hmm.
you then step out into much larger chamber. It's like a staging chamber for a lot of the mining operations. And here is like you find as you round this bend, it's just a blast of just like and this music that is thumping over these massive speakers on the edges of the room, all like kind of crisscrossed. Kind of idling currently throughout the space. You see dozens and dozens of like speeders and bikes and small like pod racers and stuff. Like, okay, we're not gonna go pod racers, but you see these racing vehicles, all like and all of them like a like have metallic like chromatic sheens or neon displays, engines revving, and there are dozens of some of the hardest looking people that you've seen, but also like decked out in like studded leathers, and some of them having these like these infrared displays across their like Mad Max but with neon lights, essentially much more neon than that. And as you step out into this space, a couple of them look over in your direction. They kind of give a heads up, and one figure kind of standing towards the center, that has a larger crowd that they're talking to around them, turns to look at you, and gives a praising look over Impulse, and then Choke. Choke, you recognize them. They're the leader of Orion's Wheels. A woman that's tall, like almost as tall as Choke is, but just built like very wide. She has her head sort of half shaved, the other side with this black hair that is woven back in this like tight braid that really adheres to her scalp, and a couple of tattoos like creeping up over her on her neck. And she gives a like kind of a what's up head nod towards Choke. She says, Choke, didn't think we'd see you back here after the last time you got embarrassed.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad.
I did almost lose my other arm.
Yeah. Who's this one?
A friend. This is Impulse.
She holds
Hello.
out a hand. Says, Impulse. Nice to meet you. I'm Dominique. You can call me Dom.
Please.
Shakes your hand.
Leans into Choke. You're right, I like them.
Told you. So, you racing tonight?
I'd been thinking about it. Wasn't sure anyone here would really pose enough of a challenge to warrant me getting behind the wheel, I guess is what we use to drive these, the steering column, yeah, wheel. We'll go with wheel.
Well, you're in luck. I'm here to let you extort me again.
She gives a slight smile as you say that and says, Really? Well, you know, we don't just race for bragging rights here. What do you got to Annie? I don't see any wheels with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. Need a bike.
Need a bike. All right. Well, doesn't seem like you've got one. And the one you had here last time, I think we're still scraping it out of the tunnel. So, I can lend you one of mine. What are you going to give me if I win?
If you win.
When I win.
I mean, I suppose I could pay you.
All right. How much?
I don't know how much is a lot.
Do you want to I don't know. Yeah, I guess roll,
Should I
roll
roll?
resources here. Yeah.
I have that now.
Yeah.
Okay. 3.
3. That's pretty good. You throw out a number, she says. Crosses her arms, big, beefy biceps, sort of flexing as she does the pressing into the chain, the like platinum chain necklace she wears around her neck. Says, "All right, seems fair. Okay, you win. You get to keep the bike. How about that?"
Perfect.
All right then. Bring them out. We got another race. And everyone begins to part, and the vehicles begin to pull aside, and people begin to cheer as a crowd moves along with you up to the one of the tunnel exits from one of these staging tunnels, and you see a currently idling there are 2 gravity speeders, these bikes that hover just like a little bit off the ground, maybe like a foot off the ground. One of them is like completely like matte black with this is like dark like ultraviolet accents around the bottom, and Dom goes to saddle up on that one. The other one, Choke, what does it look like?
I think it's a little bit chunkier than the other one. It's probably like, yeah, I think it's like Choke's old bike. So I think it's probably like a former military thing. So like a little bit chunkier, a little bit bigger, probably not quite as fast, but handles better. And it's like a dark, like chromed, like navy blue, like a real deep blue.
Okay.
You get the rainbows when the light shines on it.
All right. So you hop onto that one alongside.
I pat Impulse. I'm gonna put my helmet on. just like a motorcycle helmet. I pat Impulse on the back. Wish me luck. That's pretty much all my money, so if I have to go again, I'm betting you.
I mean, if you hadn't had the first time, I wouldn't have entirely complained.
You gotta stop sleeping with all my friends. Hop on the bike.
Then quit introducing them to me.
Dominique gives you a look, and she pulls a helmet out as well, settling on down another black helmet to match the bike, and on the back in this stylized cursive font it just says family.
Turn mine on so the LED screen comes on.
All right. LED
It's got an
screen comes
angry
on.
face on it. Choke
Does it
thinks
like
that's
change
hilarious.
to match your mood? Is just always angry face?
No, it changes. It just doesn't change very often.
Okay, and this is, I assume, like pixel graphic angry
Uh-huh.
face. There's like actual Choke's face. Okay, I just want to make sure.
No, it's like an emoji.
I just imagine you put it on and then Choke's face appears there and it's just like, "Grr."
No.
Just red-faced emoji.
Just a
red
big
face.
red angry guy with the eyebrows.
Yay.
I love it.
I love
All right. The somebody a gentleman steps out in front of you all and kind of looks side to side, holds up a hand, points to you, Choke, and says, "Ready?" Points to Dom. "Set." Raises his hands. "Go!" And you both take off. All right. I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I want to make it an all or nothing roll here. we're gonna do. It's gonna be 3 rolls.
Okay.
Total. Best out of 3. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's gonna be drive, obviously.
I was gonna ask.
Can I help with anything?
Potentially. You want to say you're over comms or something with choke?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Yeah, you can do. Yeah. Okay. So this is drive. I forgot we separated out to drive and to pilot or something, right?
Pilot.
Yeah.
I have
So
both, but my drive is
okay.
better.
Yeah, this would be drive. We specifically added drives for this circumstance, unless we want to make these horses and make it ride.
No.
Okay. We'll do space horses.
No, I don't want to do
horses.
space horses.
They have 2 heads and they breathe fire, but they're very fast.
Okay, Bocephalus.
Why? Why?
Because regular horse racing wasn't exciting enough. And don't get on me about the extra legs. Okay. Choke. You're going to roll drive against Dominique. So let's go to roll.
Oh boy.
What you got?
I rolled 4 minuses.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Okay.
What's your negative?
2.
Well, she rolls a 4 total.
Don't get off to a very good start.
No. I think what happens here is and don't forget about fate points and stuff like that if you want to spend. She pulls ahead, just immediately off the gate, like off the get-go. Her bike seems to be much zippier, is less bulky than yours, maybe doesn't have as yours takes a longer time to accelerate, so she just tears ahead of you, and
okay.
the tunnel started to begin to narrow. She takes ahead and the bike's kind of like listing up to the sides of the cavern, so you're going at like a full 90 degree as you wind around this curving tunnel, zipping back and forth between stalagmites and stalactites, racing over machinery, and she is very easily pulling ahead of you. As you kind of crest, like you reach a point in the tunnel where everything just like opens up again and the walls disappear and you find yourself racing on like a mining platform that is like winding down into the darkness, and you can see like the track in front of you as you are gliding down it. Okay, we're gonna roll again.
It can't possibly be worse.
Yeah. I'm
This is
deciding if I
fine.
want to make this the total roll, or so. What was your total then? Was it a minus
Negative 2?
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So she's very far ahead of you.
What's
All
up?
right. Choke. Is there anything you want to? Well, I guess we can go to roll, and then we can go with see how far behind you are if you want to add any.
Yeah.
I don't know about like a help function in this game, but I have something called Demagogue, which is a +2 to rapport if I give an inspiring speech.
Okay. I think I'm trying to remember. You can try to create an advantage for her, essentially.
Okay.
So you could roll rapport to give that inspiring speech to try to create an advantage, which would give her an aspect she could invoke.
Okay.
So let's do this roll, see how it turns out, and then decide whether that's since we can do things retroactively, save time. All right, she's gonna roll. That one's not nearly as good. That's a 1.
I've got a 4.
Nice. Okay, that almost makes up for the deficit for the first time. So I think with that, then kind of going with the numbers here, you go racing. Like, how do you envision Choke catching up in this situation?
I think here's the thing. I think Choke races the same way she fights, in that she sort of lets people get ahead, and like in fighting, they'll wear themselves out a little bit. I think she thinks Dom will get ahead, she'll get cocky, she'll try to show off, and Choke will use that as an opportunity to just gun it straight in. No tricks, no fancy shit. And just catches up with her. You're muted.
Okay, yeah, I think she has gotten like a healthy lead at this point. You can see there are these like drone cameras that are monitoring it. And Impulse, like back where you're standing, you can see like this big projection on the cave wall of this of the race currently, and you can see Dominique has pulled far ahead of Choke to the point where you almost can't see Choke on the camera feed anymore. She is so far behind, and they reach a point where a couple of the like mining rails like connect, and there's some like that pass overhead, and you watch as she stunts a little bit and goes like up onto the side of one of them and sort of like goes to do like a full like corkscrew essentially between the mining rig or the mining rails. And as she does, she doesn't hit it quite as cleanly, and as she kind of comes back around, her bike kind of like veers just a little bit, where you can see that she loses a little bit of speed, and
Now
as
this
it
bike
happens,
is warmed up.
everyone's cheering and there's money being exchanged. People frustrated, they might have bet on Choke, seeming like giving up. However, there's this you just see in the darkness this angry red face suddenly appear, and comes zipping along right as Dom hits back on the rail. Choke is right behind her, and they are now neck and neck. Dom just having a slight lead. Okay, as they round that final curve, coming into a straightaway, where towards the finish line, everybody begins to clear out from the finish line that comes up the cavern. Kind of, you guys are going kind of uphill at an angle. You see all this mining equipment that is sort of jam packed in this tunnel, this derelict mine cars, providing like a lot of obstacles between here and there, that you two are zipping in between and around. So let's roll drive. Last one for the two of you.
Like so bad.
I have fudge dice now. So if I need to roll rapport, let me know.
Oh hell yeah. 5.
Woo!
0. I rolled 3 negatives and a plus. Damn, that
Don't
was a
need
good
my
roll.
help. You got this.
All right, describe to me then how Choke wins.
Oh, Choke, I think stays just behind Dom for almost the entire straightaway. And then at the sort of the very last moment, just as she probably thinks she's won, Choke is going to push the throttle, basically throttle the bike as hard as she can, and because her bike is bigger and sturdier, clip Dom's back tire. Not enough to like kill her or anything, but just so she'll wobble and then just gun it in the last bit past her as she's slowed down just before the finish line.
All right, Choke racing a bit dirty. Clips the back
Can't
of
prove
clips the back of Dominique's bike, which again sort of like fishtails just a little bit, and you see Choke's throttle. This like these aren't powered, I don't think, by it's like traditional fuels, and it's probably the like cobalt fuel. We talked about this in the last game, so maybe this like blue like contrail like comes jetting out from the back of Choke's bike, and everyone in the crowd there sees as she comes zipping out of the tunnel, sort of launching towards the center of the room, and then coming skidding to a halt, leaving a big like burn mark along the stone as she does. And Dom, just a second or two later, comes like throttling up, has already slowed down as she sees that she's lost, and comes idling in, taking off her helmet with just a slight grin on her face. As Choke, everyone rushes in towards you to congratulate you.
Bad luck. Rough grind in there.
Dom's like leaning on the handlebars and looking you over and says, all right. See how it is. Deal's a deal, I guess. Bike's yours. I'm not going to go so easy on you next time, though.
Is that what that was?
Guess you'll have to race me again and find out.
Yeah, another day.
All right, then. Here, drink then. She reaches over to a like a stainless steel like barrel to the side that's like filled to the brim with ice. Reaches in and pulls out 2 Coronas and hands one over to you.
Are you still drinking this swill?
What else would I drink?
Anything.
It's the fuel of champions. Pops it open with her teeth.
I'll drink it. She won't like it. She'll drink it.
All right. The party continues with some racing. Is Choke race anymore, or do you, the two of you just like get your bike and get out? Does Impulse race anyone?
No.
Okay.
Does Impulse maybe bet on some people? Sure. Does Impulse shamelessly flirt with Dominique? Of course.
It's debating whether I wanted to have you roll for the betting. I don't know what a bet roll would be in this game.
I don't know.
You give you some
Notice?
resources to play with, though.
Resources?
I would
Yeah,
say
well,
like
no, I think-
rapport or something.
Yeah, I guess it depends on Impulse's approach with this. Does she just like size up the riders? Does she size up the bikes? Is she calculating odds based on prior races?
Probably just chatting up whoever's taking bets.
Okay, let's go with rapport then. I said it. So this will be your rapport roll here. Will be to kind of all encompassing whether you succeed or fail. If you succeed, then I will say you have resources to spend. It will to spend on your next, anything you want to buy while you're here. So I will give you the opportunity to make a resource roll later on to buy something.
4.
4. Okay, I was gonna set the difficulty at about a 3 on this, so that checks out. So yeah, you'll stay around, drink some more Corona. Impulse,
If they must.
you chat up like
When in
Dom,
Rome.
and it kind of like gives you the lowdown on like the specs, like kind of warms up to you a little bit, and she says like, nah, I wouldn't bet on that one. I'd bet on that one.
That one?
Yeah, you see the flashy. A lot of people bet on the ride with the engine looks souped up. You see show lights, but he's got the solid build there. I'd say he wins.
I trust you.
I wouldn't make that
Uh,
mistake.
Dom eyes you, like eyebrow raised, as the one that she called to win crosses the finish line first with a smile, and just sort of an "I told you so" as Impulse's bet pays off, and you win a handsome reward. Around this time, as the two of you are, the party is kind of the event is sort of in full swing, and things are pretty lively around here. You hear a kind of a like a klaxon sound over like the kind of cutting over the music, which abruptly stops, and someone shouts, "Oh shit! We got parsecs incoming! Everyone,
go.
scatter!"
Are we riding?
Yeah, I'm not gonna walk.
Okay.
Get on.
No, we're gonna keep with that music for now.
Remind me to dress for this next time.
I told you where we were going.
I thought I could go side saddle. Sorry.
Hands are a helmet.
Does go side saddle.
Just hold on.
Wrap your arms around.
As far as they'll go.
Choke, you go racing out of the exit, falling behind a few other speeders as you emerge. All of you sort of emerge from the mine shaft and like go scattering, fanning out, everyone going in a different direction. And you, above you, is sort of a hovering like couple of parsec like cruisers, these big spotlights that are crisscrossing the area. And you see them firing off a couple of like these EMP blasts that are like you see a couple of the speeders like get clipped as this happens, and their like bikes immediately stall out as they do. What did the two of you do to escape this?
I mean, I'm just gonna gun it.
I can try and pep talk, but that's about all I got.
Okay, we can do a drive then for Choke to get out of this scot-free as sort of a defend roll,
Okay.
as they are attacking you with these EMP cannons.
Yeah, I shouldn't fight them. Oh, that's pretty good. Plus 2, 4.
God, I'm rolling terrible. I rolled a 1. The plus 3. So 1 total. As one of these EMP blasts hits the ground in front of you, kind of veer off to the side, out of the radius from it. You kind of get lost in the shuffle as you veer back around towards D1, getting and you see luckily overhead, some of these cruisers kind of peel off and begin to follow some of the larger portion of the crowd. But with your excellent driving, sort of crisscrossing across the landscape, you have made it scot-free, and avoided the being arrested by the parsecs. That would have been fun. Where are you going?
Home?
Probably home. I think Impulse needs to change before we do anything.
Before you do any crime.
Yeah, we gotta go put our crime outfits on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's switch our music back. All right. Sometime later, you pull up back in the hangar and bring your new speeder bike up into the bay of the into the bay of the Little Scarlet. Sort of idles to a stop, and we'll say Zane is back too and is out there, sees you pull in.
Honey,
Gives
I'm
a,
home.
Gives a whistle as you do. Kind of goes, "Oh shit, Choke, where'd you get this?" And he like immediately comes up and starts like looking over the bike.
Want it?
Damn.
Fair and square.
Do I get one?
If you beat a really, really hot hot lady in a race, then sure.
You any good on a bike?
Zane kind of laughs. Says, I mean, you've seen me drive. I'm a pretty good driver. He is a +3.
He's a better driver than me.
You guys have access to all their sheets, so you can see that too.
Oh, that's true. Well, you know what?
I
You
would say
go
I'm a
with me
good
next
driver.
time, and we'll see what we can scrounge up for you.
All right, sounds good. Do you want me to maybe work on your bike a little bit?
Do you want to work on my bike a little bit?
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind working on something that wasn't a piece of radioactive metal.
Well,
Own what you want. Do you want to work on the bike or not?
Yes.
Okay,
She's
then.
extremely hype right now.
Own what you want.
This is mostly my fault.
I don't know what I did.
Nothing.
Embrace it.
Nothing. You did nothing.
Enjoy your passions.
Any...
He kind of like looks at the floor and starts thinking about his life choices for a moment.
You're gonna break him again. Last time he spent 3 days in his room. Any updates on the magnets and my arm and upgrades? Do you remember? We talked about it.
Oh, yeah, you wanted the magnetic mod for your arm, right? Yeah. Hold on a second.
I'm just curious because I have absolutely no idea how long it takes you to do things.
Yeah, I rolled a 5, so I've got that right here.
You rolled
and,
What have you been? Are you rolling?
Takes out, says, hold on a second, and goes running back to his the engine room. Comes back out and
You've broken
basically
him. He thinks this is all a game.
And he gives you a hand. Literally, it's a robot hand. And he says, "Here, you should just be able to swap this one out with the one that you've got right now. And yeah, should adhere to anything magnetic."
Cool. Gotta put it on.
Yeah, I assume there's probably some disconnect for that. You sort of undo the bit and
Pop the hand off.
Pop the new one on. It looks essentially the same, but on the palm it's got the plating there is a little bit smoother, and just the metal sheeting looks a little thicker than before.
Just gonna on the wall.
Yeah, so as you connect it and stuff, the neural sensors for it register there is some sort of mechanism that you can turn on and off consciously, and as you hold your hand out, you sort of trigger that instinctively, and your hand just kind of doof, connects to the wall.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you tug on it a bit. It doesn't move unless you disconnect the magnetic pulse. Says, yeah, I mean it'll do the trick. Probably effective up to give it 3 or 4 feet. Bigger the source of metal, easier it'll adhere to it.
Amazing.
What can I say? Good at what I do.
Choke's just sticking her hand on and off the wall. Jumps really high. Look!
You jump high and you initiate the apex of your jump.
Impulse,
and you
look!
Latch onto a catwalk above your head.
I see. How are you gonna get down?
Just lets it go.
Oh shit.
Land back with a heavy thud, bracing with your knees.
I gotta get a knee brace.
You good?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty great. So,
Well, I'm gonna go back to what I was working on before, unless you need anything from me.
No. Just let me know if you're going to tinker with the bike.
Oh, yeah, sure. I can do that. Oh, almost forgot. And sort of leans back, like he's got like a satchel or like a pack on his waist that he rummages around in, and then pulling that out, hands over to you a small like a rectangular device, has a screen with a screen on it. It's like some sort of monitor of some kind. Hands it over to you, Joke, since Impulse, since Joke is working with her magnet hand right now. So I got bored doing the same thing like 5 times, and I thought this might be useful. That is a high frequency scanner that I retuned to pick up sources of radiation.
oh,
Specifically, I programmed it to search for the same frequency
that's
that was coming from
insane.
the disc. Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah, it was pretty easy to make. I mean, it's not gonna cover miles, but if you're
But if we're
within,
relatively close,
yeah, give it a couple 100 feet maybe of source of radiation that matches the one that we found.
could be very useful. Well done, Zany.
Thanks. It's nice to hear that. Yeah, so let me know if you find anything that I need to take a look at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to doing the same thing I've been doing for the last 48 hours.
You're amazing. You're perfect. You're beautiful. We would not be anywhere without you.
There's just loud clanking noises in the background as Choke is like halfway up a wall and is like disengaging and then like pushing off and like engaging the hand again to like see if she can climb up the wall. It's like,
That's hard going, I think. You
Oh,
get it.
she's
That's not gonna
trying.
be, you could potentially do that in a pinch. Not the easiest thing to do. Unless you want to chop off your other arm and put a magnet on it.
Experimenting. Just like swinging her legs like super hard. Ugh.
So I'm gonna go put on some pants and then we'll go.
Okay.
Okay, I can't watch this. Change into something that she can ride in a stride.
Okay. You changed. Zane goes back to work. Choke, you don't need to do any preparations, I assume.
Nah.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so the two of you are going to ride out to the
I guess so.
Just a recon.
Yeah, just check it out.
recon.
Just
Okay.
check it out.
Yeah, we'll do that. I think I was debating how much time we had left and what we could actually get done, but if you're just going for recon,
Yeah.
then we can
We'll do an
we can do
initial
that.
sweep. Make sure
Yeah,
we can
it's
get
like a
across
pass
okay.
over.
See how many people we're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's a responsible strategic thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
We already drank a shit ton of wine and then went and raced in a mine shaft. So we'll do one responsible thing.
Just the one per session.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. That's all I expect of y'all. Okay. So sailing back up, going racing back out over out of D1 and across the asteroid field, or the across the asteroid. Um, you, as you're kind of racing across the landscape, it is bleak. Just these large hunks of asteroid debris kind of gently orbiting in the distance. Yeah, you see like the dome of D1 that is kind of shrinking behind you gradually. Up ahead, almost like along the horizon, you see this other like massive asteroid that is much closer in proximity than a lot of the others and stable. And you can catch like glowing lights across its surface. The home of the Magnetara, the whatever. I don't know if we ever named the asteroid that they pulled in. Hold on, let's show.
I think we were literally calling it the Magnetara.
Yeah. um and you see a couple of other of these rocks that are tethered to reclamation by these long metallic bridges that have been constructed between them. In You pass closer to and around the this tall structure, this tall metallic construction that is this like defense matrix for reclamation. There's all these like pylons kind of sticking out of it, and this that give off this like sheen, essentially. Rainbow One, the laser defense grid that defends the reclamation from attack. And you also, I want one of you, actually both of you, make a notice check.
Three.
0, and I had a +2 and everything.
Impulse, you're holding onto the back of Choke. You you don't see much. You do notice that there's some debris along the ground, and as you're racing over, you see something get like kicked up amongst the dirt, and you watch as like a bit of this like discolored white like rock almost as you pass through, and you realize that it is a skull. That is sort of hidden in the like dust and debris of the asteroid. Choke, you do notice off in the distance, not approaching you, but sort of something ducking down into like a hole in the asteroid, one of the cracks running along it, and then you see popping up this off greenish yellow creature that looks like it's got like almost looks like feathers and scales. You aren't sure what it is, what exactly. With these little wings on the side, and these small, sort of glowing or slightly radiating red eyes. It almost looks like a chicken, and then just sort of ducks. And sort of retreats down into wherever they are hiding, if they don't cause you any trouble as you pass. And the two of you eventually make your way all the way across until you see another one of these like bridges appearing in the distance that is tethering a smaller asteroid to reclamation. And it sort of, as the trajectory you're going at, it'll sort of, it's essentially being kind of like a tether straight out from the asteroid, and on the closest side to you, upside down, you see a structure built there. It is like a almost a white metal like hexagon shape that is looks a lot newer than any other structures. Looks maintained compared to some of the derelict buildings that you've seen, and there are lights coming from it and around it. It looks like it is habitable, that are currently inhabited. But this is where you are heading to. You reach the base of the tether.
See anything good?
Anything good?
What are y'all looking out for specifically?
So there was
Or
like
do you
a
want to try to get closer?
holy site. Does anything look holy?
I mean, there's this big whitish hexagon that is gently glowing from some of the lights embedded in the exterior metal of it. You gather from the distance you're at right now, it looks fairly big. This is probably like a complex. The distance between the rock, the asteroid you're on, and this asteroid is probably about like half a mile. That's the length of the tether between the two. So yeah, I mean, you would gather, just context clues alone, that is probably the Magneterra site. If you want to get in closer, you are going to have to move along the tether. Choke can try to do that with the bike. I'd say there's probably some sort of like magnetized like bridge leading between the two. But you do notice that like halfway along the tether, there is another there's a structure attached to it, like a small, well, not small, maybe a house size, rectangular or like cylindrical structure that is attached. Looks like some sort of like watch post, you gather, between the two.
We get closer.
If we can do it quietly.
I'll try to take the bike over.
You did.
You on the bike, and there's like a slight ramp that kind of leads up. Like gravity sort of reverses a little bit. The bike itself is magnetized to like maintain its distance from the ground, not just go like launching off into space. And you hit that, and you begin to sort of coast up it. There's like that odd shift where you feel like you're going to slip off the back of the bike for a second, but the further you get away from the main asteroid, the more that gravity kind of disperses and then reverses itself until the point like when you're almost in between that you feel that weightlessness again, just holding onto the bike essentially for that gravitational that like support. And around the time that you hit there, you get close enough to this cylinder that you do see it is some sort of structure with a pane of windows wrapping around the interior edge of it, facing the bridge, and from there you can see like this dark tinted metal, and you can see people inside of it, and a intercom sort of clicks, and you hear a voice echoing out again. I'm not paying attention to the vacuum of space and atmosphere and shit like that. The voice, sort of in this raspy kind of distorted tone, says, "Please state the nature of your business. You're not authorized to cross."
Apollo Rising sent us.
And your names?
Oh, I'm Impulse. We're here on the pilgrimage, right?
I'm gonna have you roll deceive.
Okay. That's a 4.
That's very good. there's a pause and comes over and says, new recruits are supposed to report to the nearest recruiting department in D1. I'm afraid that you might have traveled a bit too far if you're looking to join.
But we've come all this way. We were told to seek out what we could find. Well, we're here.
Right. 1 second. The intercom clicks. There's a long pause. You can see some people moving around inside. You see them like picking up a receiver and talking into it for a moment. Before the comeback over the intercom says, all right, well, since you're here, we will receive you at the base on the other side of the bridge. We'll send a drone to escort you along the way. Please stand by.
Thank you.
And you
Is
see
there like a magnet greeting? I don't know. Okay, we'll just be polite.
You see a from the cylinder, like a small aperture opens up, and detaching out is a spherical drone, sort of glides in front of you, and this blue light begins to flash as it sort of guides forward at a reasonable speed, leading you further on the bridge. Are you continuing along the bridge to...
Turns to choke.
I guess. We came all this way.
We came all this way.
Okay. The two of you cross the remainder of the bridge and follow this drone to the to the other side, where you eventually approach this hexagonal structure. At this level, as gravity is sort of reversing, you're now moving along the surface of this smaller asteroid, and you can see the massive shape of Reclamation now looming above you. It is this sort of polished metal, this whitish metal surface, and there are all these like spotlights along it, sort of projecting the light against the surface of this polished metal, giving it sort of glowing sheen to it. And then along like the top of it, you can tell from the distance direction you were looking at it before, like it's like slightly domed along the top, giving it this sort of grand, sort of expansive feel. And as you approach the exterior of it, you watch as the metal along one of the sides begins to sort of shift and part just enough for your bike to pass through. You continue inside. The doors close behind you, and you are in this similar clean and polished hangar space. There's a couple of other ships around, like full transport ships that are docked in this hangar. And as you cut off the engine of your bike, you see a woman in a white suit with like a high collar to it, and these like golden stripes moving like along the sides of her neck, along the collar. Steps towards you, and she has a very sort of just a slight pleasant smile on her face as she walks towards you. She says, "Greetings. The cosmic forces pulled you here, it seems. You must be Impulse and Choke. I don't know which of you is which."
I'm Impulse.
So I suppose that would make you Choke then.
Joke just nods.
Well, if you're interested in joining our organization, then I can give you a bit of a tour, and we can begin the process of um, providing you with the spiritual guidance that you seek.
A tour sounds lovely.
Of course. I'll admit this is a bit unorthodox, pardon the expression. Uh, but if you have found your way here, I see no reason why we cannot have this conversation within the immense grandeur of this holy ground.
Please lead the way. What was your name?
My name.
I feel so bad doing that. I'm sorry.
God
Yes.
damn it! You
Oh,
made me
sorry.
create this NPC.
Atom Fallout.
My name is Asha.
Pleasure. Reaching unobtrusively into her pocket, Impulse would like to turn on the device that Zane created.
Okay. You draw on the device as she begins to lead you down the hall as you exit the doors, sort of sliding soundlessly open out of this hangar, and you step out from this hangar into a corridor that like a T intersection, immediately branching off to the left and the right, almost like, and the walls kind of slightly sloping in a circle that, based on your sort of reading of like the layout that you're in, probably follows the pretty much the exterior of this hexagonal shape. And she says, we have a small recruitment office over here. I'll lead you that way where we can have our conversation. And she begins to lead that direction. And as she does, you're following along the line here again. This like it's just slightly curving, very long corridor. A few other white guard individuals pass you as you go, and you. Before you get to the room that she was leading you to, on your left, you see another set of doors that have a placard next to them, sort of like a directional placard that says Central Administration. And as you're passing those doors, they open. And as they open, two things happen. One, in the time span that they are open for, both of you kind of look down the corridor, and it's another long stretch and has like some stairs leading down. And Impulse, there's a like beep, beep, beep on your radar as those doors are open. It stops and they close, and when they close, somebody has stepped through. And the person that has walked through the door is a gentleman with black hair that is pushed and combed back. He's wearing a similar white suit with the same golden lines running down the side. However, there are several more, leading to 4 in total, that sort of across the front of his collar. And he has a slight smile on his face as you recognize him, Impulse. This is the Prophet Apollo Rising. And he looks to the woman leading you and says, Sister Asha, it's a pleasure to see you. I was hearing that we had... And he looks towards the two of you, and his face sort of drops for a second. And he... and a cat runs by. As he looks at both Choke and Impulse, and Sister Asha says, yes, these are new recruits. Of course, I didn't know that you would be here, sir. This is Apollo. He is the prophet of our order, the most holy among us. These are our recruits." And before she can give your names, he says, "Yes. Choke. Impulse. It's been a while." And that is where we're going to end our session.
It's
Man.
him! God damn it! Well, we have our answer.
I'm excited to see what happens when we get everyone back
Well,
next
what's
week.
he gonna do? Kill us? He's supposed to be like Jesus now.
Exactly. If you get murdered by Jesus, does that make you
You become Jesus.
the new Jesus?
You become Jesus.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
opposite of Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Jesus kills you, you become him.
Or
If
the
you kill
opposite of the Highlander.
If you
there can be only
well-
one, but if you get killed by Jesus, then you become Jesus. Yeah.
Well, if you kill Santa Claus, you get to be Santa. You get to be Santa Claus. That's what Tim Allen
Yes,
taught us.
Sam Santa
Yes.
Claus.
Sam Santa Claus.
Sam Elliott Claus.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like over a year. It's been like almost 2 years since you saw Apollo. A lot happens in 2 years. So
Yeah.
we've got a lot of catching up to do.
Apparently,
Wait, didn't we kill? Which one did we kill?
we killed
Killed
both
Apollo.
of them.
But we killed Apollo for Warlock.
Oh, right. Warlock. So Warlock was the original Apollo.
Yes.
Who got ousted by his own copied intelligence.
Clone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
We
killed
killed
the
the copied
clone
intelligence, and
put
then
Warlock
we
back
killed.
in, but we did kill him.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
We killed. Allegedly, we killed.
I'm just trying to remember what happened because even when that was happening, I was confused.
Listen, none of it has to make sense. That's why it's called sci-fi.
I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
He's
so
here.
I'm very excited to have everyone back for next time and see where that goes. Speaking of which, that's the end of our session. You both get. What if I just said like y'all both get a major milestone because you were the only two people here today? No, I'm not gonna do that. No. You get a. I need to remember which ones are which. Okay, no, this is not the end of a scenario. So this will be a minor milestone that you can use today. We haven't quite hit a significant yet, but we're getting there. We're getting close.
So we get a minor.
Yeah, you get a minor, so you
do
can
a
make some
switcheroo.
adjustments. Essentially, minor just means it's the end of a session. You can make some adjustments if you want to. So
What's he doing?
I don't know. It's just screaming out the door.
Taco?
He is also just completely
Well, let
taken
him
aback
in.
by this turn of events.
The plot
Let him
twist, yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You know, he's right here. He's
Oh, he's in.
Trying to
I
get
thought
out.
he was. Oh. Well,
Yeah.
let him out.
He just couldn't believe it. He was like,
Hey.
"Oh my god, I thought that guy was dead."
This is his favorite show.
Taco's actually our biggest fan.
He's a big
so.
fan.
Yeah, he was a huge Apollo fan. He was very sad when he got killed off at the end of season 1. He's
Yeah.
very happy to have him back now.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going to be it today, y'all. Thanks everyone out there for watching. We will be back. We will not have a session next week, but we will be back on the 3rd with, I believe, everyone.
Yes.
I think we're going to be we're basically going to be bi-weekly for the next month, I think, because
Yeah,
we're going to
'cause
have one
we're
on
traveling.
the 3rd and then we'll be on the 17th. So we'll keep everyone up to date. But yeah, we'll definitely be back on the 3rd. Hopefully we'll have everyone there and get to see where this goes next. So anyone have anything want to plug or promote before we get going today?
No.
All right, cool. Well, thank you everyone out there for watching. Join us tomorrow for the next installment of Saturday Night's Mistborn at 5 o'clock Eastern Time. And then the rest of our shows through basically Tuesday. So we'll stream on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday this week.
One shot on
and
Monday.
then one shot on Monday. Join us for Just Vamping. on the premiere, the never before seen tabletop game.
Because I just wrote it on Tuesday.
Quickest turnaround I think for a game yet. So yeah, you can join us for that on Monday, and then Tuesday for more Tabletop Tuesdays, and then we'll be off for a while, I think, until the following Monday, pretty much. So since we won't see everybody, enjoy your holiday however you choose to spend it, even if it's just a day off work. Enjoy it.
Hell yeah.
Get a little bit of rest, relaxation. We will see everybody next time. Enjoy yourselves, and until then, good game. Good night, Internet.